Hello, welcome to a brand new Timberborn series. We're going to start over again with a different faction this time, Iron Teeth. We haven't played these guys before. The last couple playthroughs I've done have been the Folktales, and I'm excited to get into these guys because I know they have a lot of differences, different emphasis points, and different things that you can build, and all sorts of fun stuff, and they're also supposed to be a lot harder to play. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I've played the Plains map before. Helix Mountain was what we did last time. And I saw one other one that I thought was nice. That's this Terraces map. 256 by 256. We're going to give that a shot. I'm not a masochist, so we're going to stick on normal. And we'll go ahead and get this thing going here. What would you like to call your settlement? Oh, I can't spell. Beaverburg 3. Because I have no creativity whatsoever. So this is where it starts us out. We've got the, well, I guess not technically the tallest spot in the game, because I think that one over there is a little taller. But we start out on the top of this little terrace here with the water source block. We have a meandering stream that goes down, joins a larger stream that comes in from this side of the map. Yep. And then it all flows off well over here on the other side of the map. And I like this map because it is pretty close to a nice source of metal early on in the game, and I know that the Iron Teeth are going to be very much focused on that. So I'm actually going to move the district. We're going to move a little bit closer to this side of the map, just so we're closer to all of that fun over there. I guess I could technically put this here. But I think we're going to go ahead and pop these guys, say, right over here. And so what that's going to do is that's going to let us have access to these berries and also the water, and also, hopefully, be able to get all the way over here to this metal without having to build a second district. So we're not going to call this District 2. We're just going to call this District 1 because I don't want my first district to be District 2. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get started here by placing down, of course, we've got a gatherer flag. And I think we can probably just put this maybe right about here. Now, I do know from doing a little bit of research before starting this playthrough that the Iron Teeth require berries and water to do their breeding. The Folktales always reproduce in their beaver lodges, which the Iron Teeth don't have. So you have to actually build breeding pods. I think they're in the leisure or well-being section somewhere. Or they were originally, so I guess this has been moved. The wiki lied to me. Scandalous. Well, we'll find it eventually. Just have to... Oh, duh, it's in housing. Why was that? Oh, no, it said it was considered a leisure building, not a, Anyway. Boy, these guys are gray, aren't they? I'm so used to seeing these brown beavers for the past 800 playthroughs. By 800, I mean 2. So we've got some gathering going on. We're going to go ahead and get started with some wood cutting as well. Let's see, I'll go ahead and plop this down all the way over here. I think I can actually... I'm going to want these to be a little closer. Yeah, I'll move these just a tiny bit closer here. Get some of these beavers working here. I guess we could probably just get by with 2. We are going to go ahead and put in... Ah, that's right. They have industrial log piles. And you can stack these. I am so glad that we have access to these. That is going to be an absolute game changer for our vertical building, which I am always a huge fan of. From what I gather, most of the rest of these buildings in here are pretty much vertically oriented. We have the metal platform, of course, that we didn't technically use it in the Folktales playthrough, but we also have a large metal platform, which I'm assuming is bigger. Alright, that's right, we have to define areas for tree cutting, so let's not forget to do that. We'll get those guys, and then we also have up here the ability to get all that. And that's a good start for right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at our housing. We're not going to worry about breeding just quite yet because we don't have water. Actually, we probably should build water before we do anything else. And we should probably dam this up before the first drought comes because I know that's going to get annoying real quick. So we'll go ahead and put in... Is it really not going to let me put this anywhere? Okay, there we go. We just have to find a spot it actually likes. So we'll put that one right there because it is close. And we'll get that done. And then we don't have science. Actually, we don't need science. We can just unlock the dam straight away. So we'll go ahead and put that there. I want to make sure this time that I'm not making any stupid early mistakes. We're securing water, we're securing food, and we're securing wood all on day one. And of course, this is all going to take time. And I think, okay, we have one unemployed beaver. We'll need them to work here. I think we're doing all right. We'll go ahead and, well, first of all, 18-hour workday because the Iron Teeth's motto is work hard, apparently. I think, yeah, we're going to need to do some breeding before we really get anywhere else. Let's go ahead and build some barracks. Is the entrance on this on the ground floor? Good. That is a good change that I will welcome over the Folktales faction, is having the barracks be ground level entrances instead of having to build stairs everywhere. That was a little annoying. But we'll go ahead and put that in there. That'll hold 10. And then I think we'll probably end up moving most of this. But we'll go ahead and put in a couple of breeding pods as well. And before we get too far... Oh, they don't have underground storage. Okay. That's going to be interesting. That's going to cause, I'm sure, all sorts of problems for us. We'll go ahead and put in 2 small warehouses here. Alright, my thirsty beaver dudes. You've got water, now go get some. Alright, so now I think we actually have space for one more worker beaver, so we're going to give them another one of these to work on. I kind of like the building aesthetic with the more emphasis on the green kind of... Well, it's not really steel gray, but it's close. It's definitely a more industrial feel. Less warm than the Folktales for sure. But that's going to be it's going to be fun for us to keep up with here. Let's see. We have a decent amount of berries, but I think they still haven't built this yet? Huh. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter, because now we have an actual adult beaver again. I'll go ahead and put in a farmhouse. I think I can... I guess it doesn't really have to be that big of a deal. We're not going to keep all of this up here anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and put in a farmhouse here. We'll go ahead and plant some early game stuff. Let's do some carrots. Sunflowers. We probably don't need exactly right this minute. And some potatoes. We're not going to get to wheat for a little while, so we won't worry about that quite yet. We just got to get our beaver guys going here. Waiting on logs. You know, I guess I probably should just have this be a straight line. In all honesty here. And probably should go ahead and get rid of this little bit right here. These actually aren't built yet, so we're going to go ahead and move those. We're going to pop those right here, right here. Alright, so now we actually have our dam, which is going to help us out a lot when the drought comes, so it's good to have that squared away. where we aren't going to have to worry about it. Got our industrial log pile. I think they're building the barrack now, which is good. We're going to have to get a forestry built pretty quick here, but we don't have any science points. So I think we're also going to want to pretty quickly put in an inventor, but I don't want to put it in prime real estate, even though we, can always move it later. So how about right up here at the top? Can we have this done? Waiting, breeding halted, waiting for nutrients. Man, that is bleak and dystopian. Kids are our future. We need 12 more by... I love these tooltips. Alright, so there's our happiness index. Kids are our future. We need 12 more by next month. Old Casco. I'm not going to say I love that because it's really bleak. But that is funny. I can definitely appreciate it. Wow. I'm in rare form today, kids. Oh, I have this way too far out. This isn't even going to reach all that far. So we need to keep in line with that one. I think that's... Okay, I can do one more. Guess we'll just stick with this. Probably don't need to have too many more carrots than that. I guess we can prioritize the inventor because we don't really need any storage quite yet. What did that, okay, yeah. That got us all there. So far, we're doing pretty well. Have no complaints. Oh, okay, there's not enough space for our beaver friends. We don't have any large barracks yet, so I think we can go ahead and just put this on the other side here, right? It's going to be a little ugly, but that's fine. We will definitely end up optimizing a lot of this stuff. Alright, we have our inventor, and they are inventing. And I think the moment we have 60, we need to research the forester. It probably should have actually been one of our earlier things. Because we're chewing through these trees. Quite literally, because they're beavers. Huh? I'll be here all week. It's not like I have anything else to do. Alright. Looking good. We've got good water. We do need to build water tanks. So I think we'll go ahead and put in a water tank there. We're not really going to run out, and our population's not big enough yet to really worry about it. So I think for the time being, we are doing okay. Now we are going to want to go ahead and get into metal probably pretty quickly, but it's still going to be probably at least another episode or two before we can get over here and do that, because of course we have to unlock all of this with our science points, and we don't presently have very many of those. So now begins the waiting game. As far as early game stuff goes, we do have water, we have food, we are growing food, we are collecting wood, we have breeding pods, and we have storage. We don't yet have need for any labor like that. We've built a dam to make sure the water stays in place. You know, just our little dystopian beaver colony. And back to work they go. Now I think we can put in a tooth grindstone over here. Take advantage of that little bit of space right there. Just to make sure our beaver buddies are not completely screwed when it comes to taking care of themselves. Just waiting on those 60. Now as far as storage goes, how are we looking? What do we have in here? I just scroll past it like an idiot. Oh, berries. And berries. So let's actually move berries over to this other one. Just to try and keep ourselves sane. So just have one for berries and one for everything else at this exact moment. I'm so glad I know about all this stuff now. I'm sure the other playthrough would have gone maybe a little bit smoother had I not made some dumb choices with that. I wonder, do I still have dynamite? Okay, it's going to be a while before we get there, but I can theoretically dynamite this out too. Except I'm going to have to be careful with these water sources. I probably don't want to dynamite next to these now that I think about it. Because getting rid of that would probably be pretty much an instant death sentence. Alright, and that water is full. We are very close to getting our forester unlocked. Just need a little bit more. 96% productive. Why is it only 96% productive? Okay, we have our 60. Let's go ahead and unlock. And we're going to place this guy right next to here. Looks like we can cover pretty much this entire area. So, I think we're going to want probably maple trees would be the best because that also gives us the syrup. We're not going to do chestnuts just yet. I think we can kind of plant these in stages. How far is this going to... Okay, so he actually can't plant here. I should have maybe thought about that, but that's going to stay... It's going to stay empty for now. Because he can't get up there. Nope, I want to click on this again. I think I have all of this set to be cuttable. So the reason I'm leaving these blank spaces is because we have these pine trees that are not currently cut down. They will be soon, and it's still probably going to be a good while before we actually get here because we don't have planks yet. And to get planks, we have to have water wheels. Oh, they have a compact one. I forgot. Power wheels and all that good stuff. So let's actually... Okay, lumber mill's already unlocked. Let's find a spot over here. We can put a power wheel or a water wheel. I think we're going to be able to... Don't want it to be behind something, so I think this is going to work okay right here. That's going to be cool. If we can actually make this work. How much power? 40 horsepower per something. And I think for right now, we can just extend this path out here. Yeah, that's probably going to be the best option here. We'll go ahead and put, just because we want this to be kind of close. Too far from it. Okay, that's because we don't have that tree cut down, but it's about to be cut down. We'll put in our path here, and that should take care of most of the rest of that. So that's going to allow us to put in our lumber mill pretty much anywhere. Right there. We'll just start with one for now. So this might actually not be enough power for this because it's only 40. Oh no, okay, it's doing 49. This demands 50. We're still going to want to build another one. And I think once we actually get planks, I have to research stairs. I forgot. How annoying. Oh, man. Okay. So this is actually working out exactly the way I wanted. I wanted pretty much the outer reaches of this to be the maximum limit of where our district center was, because I want to make sure it could reach over here. And it looks like for now that is going to be possible. Yes, we have no available workers. We're going to fix that by prioritizing it. All right, so we're going to have to put in the stairs as soon as I can research them. We need 70 points to unlock those. And now the waiting game begins. Cutting logs into planks. Of course, during the drought, this isn't going to work because there's not going to be any flow of water. So I'm really hoping we can get something going here. Get this guy in here making some planks because we're going to need them. We're going to need more than a couple. Our breeding pods should both be working. Okay, what did we, okay, that's right, we got carrots. And we're getting there with the potatoes as well. Do I not have this marked to be cut down? Okay, no, I do. Now, where are they taking these planks? Storage? The only thing I can assume. Okay, we have one. We're going to need more before this this whole thing stops, so you best get to working, my dude. Okay, let's get them planting some trees here. Alright, I can actually now go ahead and put in some more of these guys. So now all these trees are removed. Okay, here comes the drought and no more water wheel. Which means I think we can still build, what is it, a real civil engineer calls these shame wheels. I just thought that was kind of funny. But let's go ahead and put one of these bad boys in. Entrance blocked. How's that blocked? It shouldn't matter. It's because they haven't gotten rid of these trees yet? That really shouldn't matter. Do I have to go in now and... Okay, I guess I do have to clear that. I also probably shouldn't have built that this close, but... I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. Still waiting on this to get removed. We should have... I guess the breeding is a lot slower than the folktales, huh? Beavers are not getting busy. It really takes them that long to demolish something? Okay, no, they're working on this. 40 logs. Alright, now we can build our path here. And we'll make that an important job so someone can come run on the wheel. And directly power the lumber mill in our quest to get more stuff done. We still only have 48 science. I forgot how slow the early game is sometimes. All right, well let's keep this thing going. Seems like we're still, yeah, we've got plenty of supply of water. We're not going to run out anytime soon. We got a nice little start here on the top of the little terrace thing. Nothing to be upset about here. Though I do think I'm going to deprioritize the lumberjack flags. A couple of them at least. Because it's going to be a while before we get these trees fully grown here. And I don't want to just suck up beaver power by having them sit here all day. But we do still have some pine trees that are occasionally growing up that will need to be cut down. So we will keep one person fully employed. And as we get closer to having everything in this area cleared and ready to go, we'll just keep adding some more trees. I think we have a pretty good amount of things. I still need 10 more sites. I want to get these other water wheels built, because when it comes back, we're going to have all sorts of power. And actually, while we're waiting, we can go ahead and get rid of that one and replace it. I'm just going to go ahead and do a 4-way, just so we're prepared in the future here. Yeah, drought is over, but we'll put these things here. And then we'll be able to put in a second layer of our water wheels. And I think I'm not going to put one way back in the corner there, because that's not going to go well. But I think we're going to want to put the stairs down here. Somewhere on this side, perhaps. I'm actually going to try and see. Oh, man, I still need to... Oh, that's why. I thought I marked that as a higher priority job. Oh well. I think now I can go ahead and put in our maple trees here. Yep, looks good. And I think, how far back does this go? Right here. We just need this one guy. Then we will wait and see for all that. Still need 70 to get the stairs. Come on. I need the stairs. Just make that a regular priority job. Looks like we're doing well. Don't have any complaints. We did have a beaver die of old age. I think we probably need to put in another breeding pod. So we'll go ahead and add that, just to try and grow our town a little bit. Don't want to go too far too fast and risk stuff going completely off the rails. We can finally research our stairs. And I think that should be okay. I don't know if the beavers are not going to want to go in there. But just to be safe, we'll put the stairs there. Breeding halted. Why? Because there's not enough resources? Because we should have plenty of water. We're going to need to build some more water storage pretty soon. I think for now we're probably going to be okay with those. Alright, get these things done. I don't know why they can't just build it all in one go. There we go. So now they should be able to get over here and build all of this stuff. As soon as they're done with these two, we'll put in a second layer. Probably just 2, because the ones on the outside never seem to spin very well, because of the way the water physics work, coming right behind a little spot here. This one might not even be that great with only one block in front of it, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what works. If it doesn't, then, you know, that's fine. You live, you learn. Okay, who lacks workers? Okay, well, that's fine because they're lower priority. That is, in fact, a design purpose. Okay, we have 6 free beds, looking good. We have a bunch of berries stored up. That is also good. We've got here. I guess we can prioritize harvesting. And I think we still have the grill. We can probably go ahead and put one of those right here and get started on our grilled potatoes. Now that we're starting to have some more beavers able to work here. All right, now we have power. We have the ability to take advantage of all that. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the power wheel. Yes, I know that took a lot of resources to build. I probably should not have gotten rid of it. But we're just going to keep on keeping on here. Still waiting on too far from the district. Is that because I don't have this connected to paths? That's got to be why. I think that should still be okay. Yeah, that should solve that problem for now. Not going to be perfect, but it will let us build, and I do appreciate that the boundary for our path system ends pretty much right at the furthest extent we need it to go on this side of the map. So that's looking good. We've now cut down, I believe, every possible tree. And we don't have any wood left. So that's a fun problem to have. Let's put in some more maple logs up here. And in the interest of, you know, not dying, we're going to have I don't want to... Birch is just kind of a waste. Let's go ahead and put in some pines. We will eventually need them for the sap. So we'll go ahead and get those put in. I believe... I don't think I have the ability to prioritize which ones get planted, which is unfortunate, but understandable. It's probably just going to be the most convenient way. I don't know. He's going to those first. That's good. So probably sometime the end of cycle 3, we should have pine trees. Sometime in cycle 4, we'll probably have maples. If these are actually growing. Could be cycle 5 for maples. We'll find out. Not too worried about it. We could, now that we have stairs, we do have the planks. We don't have the logs, or else I would say, hey, we can build down here and get these birch trees. But I was a little preoccupied doing other stuff. So I think we have science. I don't have enough to unlock the platform just yet, but as soon as we do, we're going to go ahead and get these things set up. That's looking like that's going to work just fine. Just need to get 100, and I can put in the platform right here. They're going to do their best to try and build, even though they don't have enough materials, which is, you know, an admirable effort. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. You just have to wait. And so, folks, I don't really think there's much we can do outside of just holding out and growing food, because we don't have any logs, and there's honestly not too much more that we can reasonably accomplish. So, I think what we'll go ahead and do is just time lapse a little bit until we start harvesting some trees, so we can watch the beavers work, and put this in our little cinematic mode. And we'll be back shortly. All right, so you know what that sound means. It means it is just about drought time here. So let's get a quick status update on how we're doing. We have these pine trees that are, well, this one's exactly 75% grown. So it's going to be about 3 more days, or pretty much right after the end of the drought, for us to be able to, or I guess right after the start of the drought, rather, because this is just the warning for us to get wood from that. So in preparation of that, we're going to go ahead and pause the construction of some of these things. We're going to suspend production at the lumber mill. We're going to make sure that's in a good spot. I'm actually going to prioritize the down here, these stairs. We actually have enough science points accrued during our little time lapse to unlock the platform, which we'll place here. And then another stairs on top of that. Make sure that this is all prioritized appropriately. And what we're going to end up doing with this is logging all of these birch trees. So I think I can put in, okay, yeah, 1 more square. That's fine. We'll go ahead and pop 3 of these things down here. And of course, as soon as we have any wood, once these trees start growing, we'll be able to finish the staircase, and we'll be able to get some of these birch trees, and that will help us build all sorts of other stuff. So what we can also do in the meantime is get a little bit more going on with our food situation. I'm going to plant some wheat, a couple more rows of that, get some more potatoes, and then instead of more carrots, we're going to go ahead and put in some sunflowers, which will have other benefits later. Give our farmers something to do. I am planning on this area being pretty much a complete row of these production buildings. We will move this pathway probably over to this side and get rid of some of these bushes as we expand our farm and look at some of the other stuff we need to be taking care of. So that will be something that we have to do after we get wood. We should be pretty close now. These are in the 90s. These back here are a little bit less so, but we should start to have some more wood. Hopefully enough to get these things all taken care of without too much fuss. And then, of course, this will speed that up dramatically. Once we get our grill in place, we'll be able to have some grilled potatoes, which are a much better food source than just eating the raw potatoes. You get 4 times more, and it's, efficiency's good. It's the name of the game here in Timberborn. These guys are, I guess, a little bored, but they'll have stuff to do soon enough. So while we're waiting to get some more of these wooden things, let's take a look at some of the differences in the tech that we get to explore in the Iron Teeth versus the Folktales. I'm just going to go ahead and start in the Science tab. Yeah, here's our drought. We have a number cruncher instead of an observatory, which is how we got a lot of our science points in the previous playthrough. This is just, I guess, math-oriented instead of looking at the stars. It's probably about the same thing. I don't remember the observatory taking 500 horsepower, but it very well could have. And of course we have our golem factories, assemblers, charging stations instead of the biofuel, which is, I guess, the golems come in here and they wind themselves up and they operate on spring power or something like that. So we're not going to have to worry about having a bunch of potatoes and carrots for making biofuel, which is nice. We can focus on, feeding the beavers. And then we have control towers as a boost to the golems instead of the catalyst that we had in the previous playthrough. So this actually should be a little easier with the golems for us, which would be a very welcome surprise. We have, instead of windmills, we have engines. We don't have it large or small. We just have the one size. And we have the same power connectors we're very familiar with. We have a large water wheel that will use, I guess, a lot more space, but have a ton more horsepower. So this actually puts out 180 horsepower, which I think was similar in difference, I guess the power delta engineers would say. Maybe. I'm not an engineer. I was a music major, and then I was a journalism major. So maybe don't take my advice on math things all the time. But that's a substantial difference in the power produced by these two things. So we'll take a look at these as we get going over here. That'll be fun to take care of. We've got the same metal buildings as we always had. Same wood buildings as we always had. Same food buildings as we always had. Again, the water differences here. We have the deep water pump instead of the regular water pump we had with the Folktales. This will go six blocks down. We have the water dump. We don't have a water tower. Instead, we have a deep mechanical water pump that takes a ton of power. It takes 700 horsepower, but it can actually discharge water up and over something. I've seen people on YouTube use those to try to make infinite energy machines by having water pumped way up to the top of this artificial hill and then going down through different water wheels. Probably won't get into doing that in this playthrough, but that is a neat thing to be able to take advantage of. I think we already mentioned over here in the structures, we have the large metal platform. That's going to be bigger than the one we saw in the previous playthrough. I didn't really use them, but we did talk about it a little bit. We have the same suspension bridges, that we had in the other playthrough. This stuff's all the same. We don't have the underground storage, which is fine. Gonna miss it, but not too terribly much. Oh, okay, these are actually done. We got our wood while I was talking. I just completely missed that. But now we can go ahead and get these trees. I should have had this marked already. Get these trees all cut. I'll get the dandelions out of there. We don't need to cut those out. But now we can get our lumberjacks coming over here to get even more trees. And we'll be in some pretty good shape here. Probably am going to end this episode right at the start of cycle 3, which should be right about now, but we'll go ahead and let these guys get down here and get to work, watch them do a little bit, maybe get our grill all finished up. Once we have some logs, get them grilling some potatoes, and we'll call it for the day. I think this is a pretty good start. All things considered, we've got a lot of good stuff going on. We have a variety of crops already cultivating. We have 2 different types of trees. Yeah, we've got to select our recipe here. I'll go ahead and get off of 8 times or whatever time speed this is. I guess it's 3 times. I don't know. I haven't actually bothered to pay attention. Yeah, they're getting well on their way to success down there. Looking good up here. I am going to go ahead and have this whole area be, again, all production down here. We'll move this pathway over here somewhere. And we're going to have a pretty good, pretty efficient little town up here. Probably will need to build another barracks pretty soon. In fact, once we get a little bit more science points, we can unlock some of these other things, and that'll be exciting. But that will all be in the next episode tomorrow when we come back in here in our Iron Teeth playthrough. Just as a reminder, I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/jcthebeard, playing things that are not city builder games. Mostly just chill, relaxing stuff. Sometimes we'll do some RPGs. Sometimes we'll do some puzzle games, different things like that. Would love to have you over there, but if not, if you just want to be here on YouTube, that is A-okay by me. We have a fun time playing the games on here, and I always enjoy talking in comments with you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, constructive criticisms on how I might be playing the game, if you have any ideas on how I can do something a little better, I'm always open to that. I read every comment, I respond when I can, and I look forward to talking with you guys about this new Timberborn playthrough. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below what you thought. If you have any ideas or anything you might want to see me try in this one that we didn't do in the last playthrough. But until the next time, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.